Hannah, could you tell us maybe a couple of the key messages from the session that you're about to take today?
So from today's presentation, we've really talked about the backdrop to Generation Z's lives, how they're growing up, the world in which they're growing up in, and how it might be so different from other generations, and how we can use that kind of backdrop to frame our thinking around Generation Z, in terms of their performance, in terms of how we interact with them, and ultimately the kind of goals and ambitions that they have, that they want to achieve in life.
So, if you had one piece of advice for guys who are maybe working in the sports system with these Generation Z athletes, what would it be?
Yeah, so I think I've got two pieces of advice really for the Generation Z coaches. One is to kind of remember that whilst you may have been a teenager once, you're not a teenager in 2018, and they're growing up with a completely different backdrop to their lives, and the things that matter to them weren't necessarily the things that mattered to you when you were growing up. So remembering that and remembering what they want to kind of achieve. And then secondly is authenticity. So you probably hear about everyone being on Instagram or Snapchat, but if that's not authentic to you and your way of coaching, then that's not right, because Generation Z see through that entirely, and they want to communicate in a way that's authentic for both of you. So something like WhatsApp might be the best method of communication, because it's that kind of halfway between email, which we know Generation Z don't respond that well to, and it's instantaneous in the way that they like it in terms of new media.